Hello and welcome to another episode of Wednesday Night Undressed. I am Lou, your host, and I legit have a jam-packed house today. I have Evo, Julian, Fernando, Cassidy,
Hi.
Meredith,
What up, though?
Lauren, Anthony, Sophia,
Yo.
Chris, Alina,
Hey.
Donna, and Greg.
Howdy.
What?
What?
Oh, I think you forgot
You forget Cassidy?
No,
No.
Cassidy's on my list here.
about that guy in the court. Like,
Nope, he's literally the second person I named after Evo.
Am I just that forgettable?
No, you're in my list. You are. Truly, I could not forget you. You're like in the top 2 of my favorite sons.
Yeah, but that's like not saying much. You only have like 1.5.
That's true. That's true. All right. So, let's just dig right into it. I want to actually start by saying that the audience, our listener, missed out on a fantastic pre-podcast discussion. We were talking horror movies. Well, I think we were talking horror movies. I was walking around setting stuff up. And so I'm just going to actually kind of toss this out again since we were all interested in it. What's a good horror movie? Go ahead, Jules.
What kind of horror movie?
You tell me.
Okay. And okay, what do you mean by good? Do you mean like scariest or like plot?
You tell me.
Scary is objective.
Okay. Well, personally, I think my favorite horror movie is like It, but like the second one, and that's just because I think it's really funny that like he's this like demon or whatever, and then they just like insult him, and then that's it. Like they're fine. I think that's funny. I think one of the scariest horror movies for me personally is Tusk. I've never seen it, but my friend keeps trying to get me to watch it. That terrifies me.
Tusk is so visceral. It's ugh.
Yeah, that one looks freaky.
Right, right.
It's ugh.
All right. Anybody else got to vote for? Go ahead, Cassidy.
Okay. So, I haven't watched many horror movies in my days, even though my boyfriend is like a horror movie specialist. I have seen one, though. One Once Upon a Time. That shook me to my core. Summer of 2022. And that was Us by that one guy.
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele, yeah, that guy. He makes really good movies. Anyway, so Us really scared me. I was always worried that my shadow person was going to come up from the below and kill me. So,
That's
for a
a-
while after that.
I think that is a valid fear. I think you should be afraid of that still to this day.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next? Go ahead, Lauren.
She said like her boyfriend is a horror expert, and I'm like, I literally wrote a paper on horror films in college, so I just for English class, and I love like slasher films mostly just because I like when there's a physical killer. I can't get into paranormal or ghost movies as much just because like demon possession doesn't scare me.
Wow.
But
You're a
one of-
disturbing individual.
I've been threatened with a knife in real life. The demons don't scare me. I have enough demons of my own. And some of my favorites that I've seen are just such low budget slashers from the 70s. And my favorite is the movie Basket Case, which is like so unknown. But it's so low budget and so perfect that I think everyone needs to watch it. And once you know how low budget it is and you start watching scenes and you think about how they had to do those scenes, it gets funnier and funnier.
Gotcha. So I was most impressed or most surprised by your response to this conversation, Donna, because you are our literal expert, theater professor. You don't like slashers. That was kind of surprising to me.
I kind of think slashers are somewhat generational.
Really?
They came out when I was already way into adulthood. And I think our love for horror movies starts in our teenage years. It's when we're first exposed to it, and for some of us, it's the first chance to see a Well, in my generation, the first chance to see an R-rated movie or
Right.
something that might have a little something that
Right.
my parents would normally want me to see,
Uh-huh.
I realize all that is different now. So no, I grew up on Hammer. I grew up on Universal,
Uh-huh.
and slashers just weren't part of that.
Gotcha. That I mean, that does track. Like when I think about like watching movies when I was a little kid, and I was only watching basically what was available on the public television because my parents wouldn't take us to movies regardless. Like think about all those 60 movies that were in rotation at the time. Yeah, there wasn't really a slasher element to them. So yeah, that
The-
kind of tracks.
My dates are probably wrong, but I have a memory of either being out of college or just in graduate school when Halloween came out. And I was like,
So my formative horror movie experiences were all made with one Mr. Ivo Ivanov. We watched so many Korean and Japanese horror movies that, I think so. I'm not hearing you, Ivo. Say something else.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Check.
No, maybe not. Let's see.
No? 1, 2, 3. Check.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, your mic is. So, what do you like in horror?
Well, we've discussed on the podcast the physiology involved in getting satisfaction from horror movies, like the adrenaline rush. Really, the endocrine system gets involved on many levels, the serotonin complex. So we're not going to talk about this, but there is I feel like there is a universal attraction to being scared, and I personally appreciate some of the great movie makers who don't make the graphic torture porn type of movies like Saw and Hostel, and this doesn't interest me, but there is an art in creating tension, and there's also a great opportunity to infuse it with metaphors. So when you watch let's say The Shining or Alien, something like Stanley Kubrick made The Shining, Ridley Scott made Alien, Hitchcock, do you consider, Donna, Hitchcock's movies horror on some level? Like Birds?
Yes.
and Psycho.
One
Psycho.
of the
Psycho
greatest horror
slasher
films
movie.
ever made.
I think it's a clever movie. I think it's a movie with a twist.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put it down as a slasher movie.
Don't forget Vertigo.
Vertigo, yes. And
No,
well,
Psycho's
in
not
Psycho, there's the infamous shower scene,
Yeah.
which is a classic in the horror genre because, and it's been replicated many times because
it
of
was a first.
yeah, it was the first, but there's a vulnerability of being in the shower and being attacked with a knife. You know, there's nowhere to hide.
In
There's
a nice
no protection.
hotel,
You just
in
flash
a very nice
against metal.
hotel, right? In a very nice hotel.
Well, and the other thing about that scene is it's not graphic. You see a
Yeah.
knife, you see a woman screaming, you see blood splash, but you never see the knife go into the body, the way in which a lot of modern slasher films do, where it's, you know, a lot of the deal is let's be as gross as we can. I mean, let's out Cronenberg, which, you know, has an appeal sometimes to me, but it's not my favorite. And I'm like you, I like the psychological, I like the alien, I like the Us, you know, I like Get Out, I like, you know, I want to know, I don't want to feel comfortable
Yeah.
in what I'm watching.
There's artistry in creating a great, tense, amazing horror movie. And yeah, you're right about Psycho. There is nothing graphic about it, but he succeeds in placing you in the skin of the victim somehow. You are there. You are vulnerable. You're exposed to that knife slicing through the shower curtain and through flesh and nothing else, and it's petrifying. And so Hitchcock was fantastic at this. There's so many genres, Lou. There's, you know, the entity, the unknown entity. That's also something that fascinates us since ancient times, before we could understand nature. I believe the first horror
stories were around the cave, around the fire in the cave. In fact, you can argue that some of the cave art is the first horror stories in a comic book format, in comic wall format.
The things that the
Yeah.
old gods did to each other.
Yeah. The Greek mythology is all horror, really, if you think about it. The Hindu the same. So we've always been fascinated and attracted to a good, scary story. We like to be scared. And also there's a weird sense of comfort. If you're scared in the movie theater or at home watching something petrifying, then there's an instant gratification that you're safe. You're safe, surrounded by people or at home, and it's not happening to you. Yeah.
So it's interesting that you say that, because I think the only horror movie that I actually had to get up and leave because it like stressed me out so much was one of these unknown entity horrors. It was actually Event Horizon. Like
Yeah.
that movie, I could not stay in the room while it was playing. So yeah. And so we were talking, or you guys were talking while I was setting up, and Lauren, you said that you're not a fan of the supernatural in your horror, correct?
No.
So, like, what's wrong with you?
You're okay with ghosts.
I've been through too much real life trauma to think demons are scary.
That's fair. I didn't want to like argue with that. That's a good
Physical
point.
people are scarier. In my
Right,
opinion.
right. So you would choose
I'm
the
not
bear,
saying,
is what you're saying.
I'm not saying that demon movies are bad or like supernatural movies are bad. I like it a lot, and I like a lot of monster films a
Mm-hmm.
lot. They're just not the ones that I find scary, which
Gotcha.
is fine.
Gotcha.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, she's fine. I'm writing the knob, so yeah, she's all right.
I'm not done talking, you rude motherfucker.
Sorry, this is what happens when you get a married couple on the show. All right, go ahead, Lauren.
But like honestly, horror movies don't scare me that much anymore because I've gotten like so into how effects are done
Gotcha.
in horror films. So I like am less scared the more I learn. And like some now, like whenever I see things and like they're gory as heck, I'm not like, ew, that's so gross, or like, oh my god, that's so scary. I'm like, cool, how was that done?
Nice.
That's why I was kind of like rolling my eyes when he said It Chapter 2.
Uh-huh.
Because most of the film's effects were supposed to be practical, and the studio said no and changed it to CG, and that ruined the entire movie for me.
Gotcha.
I couldn't.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I hate CG. Go back to practical effects.
Gotcha. Jules, you've been waiting calmly to make, I don't know what you're about to say. I hope it's super relevant
I did not say it was bad. That's all.
and
I'm
weighty.
not saying it was bad. I can't stand CG.
and mighty.
I remember I glossed over like my actual favorite horror movie. Excuse me, which when I was little it like horrified me. Like I was genuinely mortified. Like I would have nightmares. Like now I thought it's just interesting, which is the Quiet Place series. That's like it's
The first one is
insane.
very good.
I like both of or all of them.
The second one is a movie.
I don't
all I
like
can
any
say
of them.
about it.
But I think my favorite genre of horror is when there's something and we like know what it is, but like we can't do anything about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not okay. I don't
Yeah.
like those movies at all.
I like them.
All right. Alina, you've been waiting patiently.
I can watch. So I don't know if the delineation between thriller and horror. Like for me, I delineate between like with horror. I say like horror has. I think I'm using the wrong delineation, but I'll say horror has gore and thriller doesn't. And I can't watch anything with gore because I'm very like sensitive to that, even when I know it's practical effects. So I like.
So you hate the inconvenient truth? That has gore.
I can't, names notwithstanding. So I like The Shining a lot. I like Alien a lot. I like Cube has a little bit of gore. I like that a lot. I talk about like a low budget, like unknown kind of thriller type film where it looks like they're in a massive interconnecting system of cubes, but it's all shot in one cube. It's kind of a cool thing.
Evo introduced me to that film
That's
too.
an amazing.
The Cube is amazing.
Cube
That's-
is amazing. Yeah.
But I can't, like, I can't watch anything with gore, even if I know that how the special effects work and everything like that. It just makes me sick. So, things like Final Destination and stuff like Saw. Like I can't even watch it. Like the same way like you see somebody break their leg and you grab your leg, I can't watch it.
Gotcha. Miss Meredith, I haven't heard from you yet. What are your thoughts on this whole horror movie question?
I'm not a horror person.
Gotcha.
It is not my genre of choice. But actually, two of my favorites that I do, again, I would also qualify them as thrillers. I don't really do horror. I don't like gore. Same as Lena, I don't need to see a leg break on TV. But actually, you guys already mentioned both of them. It would be The Cube. I really like The Cube. And then Event Horizon. I also very much like Event Horizon. And aside from that, it's Get Out, Jordan Peele. I just like it because it's like how black people handle horror.
That was my first horror film. So
that's what I really enjoyed about that one.
Cool.
No.
Mr. Anthony?
I'm a big fan of the Sinister series. Both of them are really good. But
They're too new. I haven't seen any of them, so I don't know
they're
what
very
they're
good.
what
They
they're
actually
like.
are the
Yeah.
only paranormal movies that scare me.
But yeah, I knew people that they could watch like Saw all day or whatever, but
Yep.
as soon as you threw on Paranormal Activity, they shit their pants and hated it because it scared the crap out of them. I just think Paranormal was a bit too stretched all the time. I couldn't get into those. That's why I really like Sinister, because it's a ghost movie but done really well.
Gotcha.
And that's why. And then another one is 13 Ghosts. That one's got some comedy, a little bit more like into it. But
Yeah.
I grew up watching that all the time. My dad thought it was weird. I mean, I am, but
I was just gonna say, your dad's not wrong.
yeah. Oh yeah, no,
I know that.
we had it on. This is going to be weird because I'm not as old as some of the people here, but I owned it on VHS. I then had it, I'm going to say, legally burned onto a DVD, and then I had it saved to our DVR whenever we got that when it was on TV. So I had it in 3 different formats to watch.
He's probably just saying legal because there's a couple lawyers at the table. He's like making sure he's covered. Yeah,
It's not piracy. You're keeping the original copy in a safe, correct?
Correct.
All right. Let's see. Cassidy, I haven't heard from you on this topic.
You have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just
But
saw your
wanted
hand
to
up. I
mention
thought I
something
missed you.
else. Like, Marshall's favorite is Sinister, and he was showing me a study of like how Sinister was like scientifically like the scariest movie or something. I thought that was interesting. That's all I wanted to mention.
Okay, that's right. Now I remember. I don't know that I've heard from Greg Esquire yet.
No. And Fernando.
I'd like to start off by clarifying. You said we had some creative license with defining this category, correct?
Are you about to name a porno?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, this weekend I rewatched a truly bone-chilling movie, Young Frankenstein.
Oh my god!
One of the
yes.
funniest
Would you like
movies
to
ever
roll in
made.
the hay?
It's timeless.
Yes.
Freaking
That
love
is a-
Young
It's
Frankenstein.
frighteningly funny.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
I mean, I had nightmares. Young
Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein.
I mean, he admits it in the end. Whatever. All right. But yes, I'm not a big fan of horror. I remember when I was a little kid, I watched by myself I think it was Alien vs. Predator.
There is an AVP. It is very depressing that you would have watched that as a kid because that movie came out
No,
like.
it was without my. It may have been. I can't remember whether it was one of the Alien movies or Alien vs. Predator. When did it come out?
I don't have immediate recall of the Alien
You
franchise.
acted like you were about to. So, but either way, I watched it, and that was like one of the things I watched by myself, and I remember having nightmares.
Gotcha.
Quite a while.
Gotcha.
So I'm just not a big fan, but Young Frankenstein, it's about as scary as I go.
Gotcha. Mr. Fernando, what you think?
All right. Well, gosh, there is so many good movies, but we start like think about my childhood. I think the one that really put me like very tense was Poltergeist.
I think Poltergeist is one of the all-time greats. So
It's
yeah.
a good one. Yeah.
And I mean, and it strikes me and pisses me off when people need to splash so much blood. Like,
It's not.
you know, you don't need to. You really don't need to. Like, but outside of that, like I'm not a fan of like the blood splash on the screen, but there is some, other let's put Shining. There is some blood in the elevator, a little bit, right?
The Shining
Little bit.
doesn't scare me because
Few gallons.
the monster in The Shining, the antagonist, got killed by a fair mace. And nothing will scare me if it can be defeated by a shrub. And the guy could have just literally plowed through he even had an axe. Just go through the shrub, go back in the hotel. What is wrong with you? Also, another thing that is not scary in The Shining is the ghosts in the ballroom. He goes into the ballroom, people are dancing, and then there's a bartender.
The
bartender gave him a free drink.
Yeah.
What's really scary is meeting a real bartender and charging you $15 for a gin and tonic.
Amen
That's
to
really
that.
frightening.
That's scary.
Are these guys giving him free drinks? I will embrace that fucking ghost.
But, and I mean, this like let the right
one in.
That thanks to you, Ivo. Like that movie is fascinating. I can't remember how many copies I bought it and I gave away. So you gotta watch this movie.
It's so good. And Julian, this is something that I wanted to bring back to you because what Fernando is saying is so true. Many times the horror movies that are done by masters, written by masters, they have to do with something else. So it doesn't have to do with a demon. It has to do with your fears, everybody's fears. The monster is the things that you're afraid of. So if you're afraid of flying, you go and fly and jump with a parachute and you defeat your fear. That's how you overcome fear. You look at it in the face. That's why at the end they were staring at the clown, at Pennywise, and laughing at him. They showed him that they're not afraid of their own fears. And Stephen King has this theme. There's another show, Outsider, that he recently did, where the demon was feeding with our sorrow, with the people's sorrow. When they feel sad, the monster grows. So he has this thing that he finds an entity that has to do with us, with our inner fears that we can overcome. But that's and Let the Right One In is the same way. There's so many movies. Have you seen the one called
Devil's Backbone?
Yeah, the one called It Follows, where it's
my
supposed to be an
God.
entity, but it has to do with promiscuity. So it's all connected to our own issues, our own problems. When a master is doing it.
It just got me thinking about It Follows. It popped another one in my head that really scared the crap out of me, and that's The Road.
The Road.
Yeah.
Which is really, the horror there is just the total destruction of humanity.
Yeah, Cormac. It's a famous book as well. So.
Cool. Did I get everyone? Sophia, did you give us your definitive?
No, but my favorite's the Jordan Peele trilogy, and then also like Hereditary and Midsommar. Those
I don't know.
What?
I know the Jordan Peele,
What?
but what was the second one?
Hereditary and Midsommar.
Yeah, I've not seen them.
They are
Have you watched The Ring?
No.
And that has to do with our addiction to media.
Yeah.
I've
So-
seen The Ring and Ringu. I've seen both of them.
Yeah, if you're gonna watch The Ring, watch the original Ringu, because it's
in
much
the
better.
Japanese version.
Yeah. All right, thank you guys. Oh, Julie, you had one more comment.
Right. There's this one movie. It's called The Platform, I believe, and it's about this prison or like this place where you pay money to get in, and if you last like a month, you get to come out with like 50 times your money you put in, right? But the thing is, it's like a really long tower with like 100 floors, and there's a platform in the center that has food, and it goes down floor by floor, like one after another, really slowly. And the movie follows a guy who's like, oh, it can't be that bad. I can last in prison for like a month for $5 million. And he goes in and he's like, whoa, what's going on? And he realizes like the lower you are, like the less food you get, because people just eat all of the food, like even if they don't need to. And there's just like a lot of like murder and like death and
But then you wake up on a different floor every once in a while.
yeah,
right?
I think it's every week you wake up on a different floor, so you can jump from 48 to 2 to 96. And it's just like it's so freaky to think about. Like, if I was stuck somewhere and I had to rely solely on other people and they're like, and them not being too greedy that I can survive, like that's kind of weird.
Screwed.
It's
You are
great
screwed.
social commentary, that movie.
Yeah. Survival of the fittest.
That's-
It's evolutionary.
Yeah. Also, Bong Joon-ho's movies, Parasite and
Oh God.
Snowpiercer, are great social
Yeah.
commentary and as well for that genre.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. I think it is time for the airing of grievances. We're going to talk about pet peeves. I want everybody to only give me one to start. We'll go around a couple times, but only give me one of those little first world problems that drive you insane. And just as a warning on mic, I've already told most of you this off mic, if you start talking about a particular person, not any particular person at this room, I mean just a particular person, that's going to get taken off the podcast. So try to keep it based on like things that piss you off and not people that piss you off. Mr. Ivanov.
I don't want to start, but I want to
You did.
No, I'm not starting. I'm not starting. I'm gonna just, before you all guys start, I want to encourage you guys, if you can't come up with one, I will take your turn because I have about maybe 20 hours of content that I can come up with as we speak. So yeah, go ahead.
All right, who wants to go first? All right, Julie.
I hate people who chew with their mouths open.
Okay, that's a good one. That is an annoyance. Let's see. Anybody got one that? Oh, go ahead, Lauren. Hold on. Let me make sure your mic is turned up. All right, go ahead.
I experienced this when I was out book shopping the other day. Fake stickers on books.
Oh yeah.
You gotta tell me what a fake sticker is.
So it's like usually like it's a little circle, and like I was specifically looking at the Bridgerton books because I want to get into reading them, and they have like this stupid little circle on it that says now like a Netflix series.
Ah, okay.
And it looks like a sticker, and you can't peel it off, but it blocks part of the art for the thing. And the only way you can get a book that doesn't have the thing on it is if you pay like $85 for the original book set with the original covers, or buy the hardcover collector's editions that are like $27 each. And I'm like, I don't want the stupid Netflix sticker.
I feel that. I didn't understand when you started, but yes, as soon as you were clarifying, I'm right there behind you. Sophia.
Speaking of Bridgerton, I want to get into it, but one of my biggest pet peeves ever on the planet is string covers of pop songs. They drive me up the fucking wall. I think they sound bad. I think there's no point. Go listen to the pop song or listen to classical music. Listen to either one. They don't mix. They're obviously not written for a string quartet, so they don't sound good when they're played by a string quartet. The rhythms of the melody never translate onto paper, and it just always sounds like shit. And so I cannot watch Bridgerton because it drives me insane. And every time I see like a wedding where a quartet is being forced to play these string covers of pop songs, my heart breaks a little inside because I know that they don't want to be playing it either because they're boring to play.
How dare you? Okay, I just got to know, have you ever listened to or heard Apocalyptica?
The cello.
No, I hate it. I literally, like, it actually drives me insane. I cannot fucking stand it.
They're semi-naked, like super hot girls playing Metallica on cello.
Yeah, no, I've heard.
It's a gimmick.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. I just, it doesn't translate, and I don't know. It drives me insane when I.
You enjoy watching it, I guarantee.
I might with the sound off, but
You might be biased. Sophia's brother plays cello, so
I like the sound of a cello. I just don't think a cello sounds good playing Metallica. It's not what it was meant to do.
Gotcha.
Metallica doesn't. It's not good, anyways.
How
that's a
dare
different-
you, sir?
that's a different
How
conversation.
dare you?
Sorry.
Fighting words right there.
Cassidy.
Metallica hater.
Cassidy.
Okay, so like a big pet peeve of mine is just like when music sounds like it's about to have a beat drop and then it just gets quieter instead. Like it annoys me so much. Like
That hurts my soul.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about. It's this weird dynamic that I'm not familiar with. Mr. Major Kurth, if I ask you for a pet peeve, what's the first thing that pops into your head?
People who don't think.
That covers a lot of territory, dude.
Yeah, I know.
90%.
Think before they speak, or
Yeah.
simply don't think.
People who don't think.
Mm.
Just, before they speak, when they're driving their car, when they're, looking at something on the shelf, they're just, they're not considerate of others. They're not.
You hate the entire Congress.
Very good. Mr. Anthony, I'm looking at you. What are you thinking?
The IRS.
That's a pet peeve, yeah.
I'll allow it. It's not a particular person. How about you, Greg Esquire?
Sure. For me, and I don't want you to get the impression that I just don't like small talk, because I'm here for the small talk, but I can't stand it when you're having a conversation with someone and they clearly want to say something and they just will not say it. And maybe this is something that's like, the attorney side of me, where it's just like, you're clearly not telling me something about the situation. Get to the freaking point.
Interesting that you say that. I feel like since law school, I have a lot less patience for that kind of thing. And it's like, I enjoy the, chit chat, jibba jabba kind of thing. But yeah, the dancing around, I don't like that quite so much no more. Go ahead, Ivo. You're about to say something?
Well, yes, one issue that I have, but two really problems. I'll take you back to 1932. So we're talking almost 100 years ago. Two scientists at Rutherford were able to accelerate protons and split the nucleus of lithium-7 into 2 alpha particles. So, almost 100 years ago, humanity was able to split the atom. I want to know why I still cannot separate the fucking shopping carts one from another. And the fucking sucks. I want to meet and kill the welder who welded the shopping carts so I can't dislodge them. They're fused. They're fused. I hate it. Every time I go to the store, I try to pull a cart and it's fused to the other cart. Uncouple those carts. We split the atom. What's wrong with us as humanity?
But for Audis, you need to have a quarter.
Forget the quarter. Please, somebody invent a way so the stupid cards don't get fused into each other. And then I sit there maybe for a few seconds trying to figure it out. And some housewife, rich housewife from Overland Park comes and with 2 fingers pulls the card out and it just goes out. And she's looking at me like, what's wrong with you? And then I'm like, okay, I'll do what she's doing. Again, I can't move the freaking card. It's horrible.
I'm just picturing, after Fernando's comment, I'm just picturing you, Evo, just standing there with like a card that's clearly stuck together, just like,
oh my, that's every day. Every single day I go to the fucking store. No, the quarter doesn't work. And please, when we go around, if we have a second round, I have another 50 ones, but yeah.
Alina.
I don't know. I really don't like it when people are like Wikipedia info dumping quite a lot, and maybe it's just when it's not information I don't like, but I mean when it's just like a bevy of very quick information that's like all from Wikipedia, and that also just in general I don't like it when people have like opinions that are from the internet that I know are sourced from the internet, and they don't tell me that they're sourced from the internet, or they don't infuse their own opinion with the opinion. That's also something that gets on my nerves sometimes.
Yeah, but all of my opinions come directly from the internet, and that's where I don't really have any opinions of my own. So,
but as long as your opinion is a part of the internet opinion.
Okay.
Louis, we also know that's not true.
I don't think.
Yeah, that's true. You can't do law school
people
and not
know where to look anymore.
Say that again, Donna.
I don't think people know where to look anymore. They used to, maybe once upon a time. I think a lot of people at this table know where to go to source original material, but I don't think most people do anymore.
Okay, yeah, it's an unfortunate thing because it makes conversation, even in real life, a less diverse and individualistic and interesting. So, yeah.
Let's see, Meredith, did I get one from you?
Things that annoy me?
Yeah.
Oh man. Limiting it to one.
Here we go.
I so sympathize on the people that don't think, but I'm actually going to go with the thing that happens at your school that drives me freaking nuts. So Cassie goes to school in a very more affluent neighborhood. A lot of privilege
Rich
there.
white kids.
That part. And every morning when we're going to the school's off 75th, and I hit the block and go to 79th so that I can make a right turn into the parking lot. But these people have chosen that they want to do turnsies. No. We don't do turnsies. I have the right of way. That's why I hit the block. You do not get to turn in front of me with your left because you should have hit the block like I hit the block. Seriously annoys me, drives me insane, and definitely a first world problem.
Amen, sister.
Meredith. Woosah. Woosah.
Every day I'm cussing out some little white kid in the car that's way too big for them. Sorry.
White people suck.
All right. I think that's round one. Who wants to start? Oh, Julian's got his hand up. Let me make sure your mic is hot. All right, go for it.
I hate mean drivers. Like, okay, one time I was with Evo in his, like, really fast car, and there was this, like, truck in front of us, and we tried to pass the truck, but every time we'd go to pass the truck, he'd just speed up so that we could never pass him, and it was so annoying because he did it for a while until we just, like, went past him.
So, yeah, that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves, but I'll talk later. Cassidy, is that your hand up? Or okay, I couldn't tell if that was a pose or if your hand was actually up.
No one knows.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really hate people that make their whole entire personality about like the town they're from. Like, oh, you can't mess with me because I'm from Sky Zone. Like, I don't care.
Are you saying I should take my East St. Louis Rules bumper sticker off my car?
I would if I were you.
Donna, do you have another?
My first one is so minor compared to these huge ones that I've been hearing, but I hate the use, and I really do mean hate the use of the non-word irregardless.
Oh my God, I was gonna pick that one as one of mine. It drives me batty. But like all of the non-words are an annoyance to me.
Unless they're like fun made up words.
Maybe not even the fun. Well, okay.
I mean, so
yeah.
my stepdad was pretty good at coming up with just random crazy words all the time. None come immediately to mind, but usually if you could tell he wasn't even trying at a real word, it could be kind of funny.
Right.
Strategery.
When it's
all right, so Evo is maybe the greatest person that I know at this. He just comes up with like well, you just come up with weird shit all the time.
That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, so sorry, Don. I kind of stepped all over you because
Regardless of that.
And double negatives.
Double negatives. So
I actually heard someone use a triple negative the other day, and I had to hold it down before I wanted to say, like, how did you even manage that?
How that works? Like,
I was trying, when I read your thing, and I was trying to remember how did they do it, because I remember listening to it going, wait, that was three. That was three negatives in that sentence. Jesus. I wish I could remember it, but I don't.
Is it the band America? There's Horse with No Name. That has like quintuple negatives in one sentence. And, Pink Floyd, claiming that they don't need no education, clearly they need a little bit of grammar education.
What are you talking about? Umagumma is a great album.
Umagumma. Yeah. Also, would you say, Donna, that you can care less? Another incorrect expression that is used widely. I can care less. No, you can't care less, right? Is that the point?
I couldn't care less. Amen to that. Lauren, you're looking at me. You got something on your mind?
This one, I was trying to think of one, and this one came to me. It's people who don't listen, specifically, people who, claim something is offensive to, a certain culture, or claims it does these things, but then people who are either of that culture or have been through that thing say no, it isn't, and they don't listen, and they continue to be you're wrong, even though we went through it. I saw I was on a page and we were talking about dark romance books, and they're like, oh, this is glorifying blah 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 blah, and like everyone in the comments like, no, we've been through this and we're consenting to it now and we're happy and like this is therapy for us and we like it. And they're like, no, you can't like it. It's like glorifying all this stuff and it's horrible. And I'm like just sitting there like, I went through it and I will gobble this stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
So like that bugs the crap out of me.
Right. Mr. Anthony, you just go.
She is correct. She will not stop complaining about how people are saying that when we're at home. And I'm like, honey, I get it. I know what you've been through.
Wait, is this your pet peeve?
Craig, how dare you? How dare you, sir? All right, Sophia.
My biggest pet peeve, besides those evil string arrangements, are mansplainers, but not just mansplainers, but the ones who are wrong.
Yes!
Like, that's what pisses me off.
Which is like 95% of the time.
Yeah, because, like, here's the thing. Like, I don't know a whole lot, and so if someone's mansplaining something to me and it's something I don't know, it annoys me that they're being condescending, but I'll, like, okay. Like, at least I'm learning something. But a lot of the time, it's men who don't know what they're talking about and won't listen to you when you try to be like, hey, no, actually it's this. And they're like, oh, you don't understand. Okay.
So, but really, Sophia,
What
you
she's
really
trying
need to
to
understand right now.
It's that.
Julie, what you got?
What's the difference between mansplaining and explaining?
Mansplaining is when they do it in a condescending way because they think that you're not capable of understanding.
Simply because you're a woman,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
not capable
Yeah.
of
Like,
understanding.
Like, I high-key be explaining stuff a lot to my friends, but it's because they're just kind of stupid.
No, like there's definitely like a difference in intention.
But
I
it's
think
like,
you're fine.
It's intention and tone. It's the difference.
And often you're restating what the woman just said.
Yeah, that's usually it.
Like,
they'll-
it
they'll-
usually starts with what I think she's trying to say.
Wait,
yeah.
Like,
Sophia,
no,
you
I
mean,
said it.
You mean to say that, like, it's when, like...
Yes, exactly.
I'm, like,
Rather
trying
than
to
doing the simple thing, saying,
explain something.
that's a good point.
Also, if like a question wasn't asked, but it's just
Yeah.
assumed you don't have knowledge.
Yeah.
Like you're
Yeah.
drunk at a bar and somebody just explains that there's three branches of government. Like,
Yes. Oh my god.
To be fair, Elena, there are a lot of people that need to know that there are three
that is
branches
true.
of government.
Maybe I
It's not
have
the
the
women,
like I have the apperception that I don't know that, but so that could be part of it. But it does seem like it's mostly like dudes saying that to women and not women saying that to women.
You actually just reminded me of a pet peeve when I see those on the street segments where they ask things like capital of the United States, capital of the state you live in, name the three branches of government. Some really rather simple questions, and they can't do it. It's not only a pet peeve, but then I get sad, and then I get depressed, and then I think our future is doomed. It's a downward spiral.
Yeah.
So I have a similar confession for me, and I've actually talked about it a bunch of times on the podcast. It is the state of news reporting. Like, anytime I see the word destroy in a title and there's not like physical destruction that is a part of this news story, it just makes me angry because I know that, like, I'm typically online and I'm looking at clickbait. And then so if I see a story like Greg destroyed Fernando at the most recent debate,
Add breaking news there too. please.
breaking news is probably one of them, and the other one is, again, anytime I see the word might, could, should, may in a news title, you're not reporting news.
Yeah.
You're reporting theory.
Yeah.
Like
I know
supposition.
we're supposed to talk about specific people, but Jordan Peterson is a huge pet peeve of mine. And people who follow Jordan Peterson is a huge pet peeve of mine.
Right.
Yeah.
Joe
So that's a
Rogan.
lot of his videos is like he destroys this feminist, he destroys that feminist, and generally he's like using a lot of like kind of like out of context data and like funneling his subjective opinion through it.
I agree 100%. It is super, super annoying. Julie?
You know that, like, the only reason the news is like that is because they're just, like, lie, right? How they're, like, if they want somebody to give an answer, they'll ask them a question, cut it, tell them their answer, and then replay it, right?
So I'm not sure that that's actually where it comes from. I think it started, at least, and you could be right that that's where it's at
like
right
that
now.
half the time, and the other half the time they just do the thing where you get, like, a bunch of people and then take the worst answers.
No, I think it actually started with like the newspapers wanting to be first. So we used to, at one time when there was actual like news reporters, and there still are news reporters, you just don't see them very much. There was an primacy placed on being the first news outlet that would release the story, and so I feel like that mutated into this horrible situation that we have right now, where you don't even wait for the news; you just start spouting what could possibly happen and frame it as news.
I'm talking about the people who are like, "What is the capital of the United States?" And they answer somewhere like Chicago or something. Like that's very much just like lying.
Gotcha.
Like
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, go ahead, Fernando.
Well, which question?
We're still doing the pet peeves.
Like now, I'm going in rage about the news. Like, is that about the peeves? Right?
This is the pet peeves, yeah.
Okay, one thing: people doing shit on traffic and texting. I just honk, just for the warning. Like no signal.
You mean all these times I thought you were saying hi? You were telling me to get off my phone?
No, I never called you. You would know. But I mean, that on the news is very. It's very instance like how awful the news is nowadays with specialists and all the bullshit and repetition. I mean, back in the day, like where I came from, it was a big city. They released 2 newspapers a day. You have a newspaper that landed in the morning, another one just like at noon would be landing there. You know what happened in between.
Right.
With real journalism happen now, it's so chaotic. Even stuff, and it's so funny. Like there was even some grassroots, like news that they also get like affected by who are the donors. We're talking about like things like the Intercept, like people that just quit because they could put a history about just like some fact against like some Israeli like a big thing like that guy from Peacock, like he quit because he was just challenging like another, actually coincidentally another Israeli guy. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So it's just crazy, like how the news are so and it's so annoying. Like sometimes I travel like quite often, and sometimes it's like my guilty pleasure. Like I watch like 40 minutes of CNN and 40 minutes of Fox News.
Yeah.
And both like.
Oh yeah.
It's worse than a gory slasher
toxic.
movie. So toxic, but I can't stop. It's like a reality show in some aspect.
You become meaner person after this.
Amen.
I'm trying to drift away from those podcasts
and I mean, and the media overall. Like I mean, you go Washington Post. Who owns that place? Who's the guy? You might know.
Is it the
guy with the nice haircut and stuff?
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
And all the,
he doesn't have hair, right?
Yeah, he's
still firing people. All those. It's just like.
Louis pointed out something interesting, that only the left-wing media now you have to pay for. Pretty much all the newspapers that are leaning to the left and all the news leaning to the left, you have to pay. There's a paywall, and to the right, not as much. So that's interesting.
Yeah. So if you just hop on and like do a search for political news, all of the stories that you can actually read from beginning to end, I shouldn't say all, but like there's a striking majority. You go to any of the like definitive source, authoritative sources, maybe the neutral sources on whatever that chart is called that like shows you the bias in the articles, and all the ones that are neutral in the middle typically have a paywall.
Well, I mean, the conservative side, they'll sell you a lot of coffee. So, I mean, like, I guess what I'm saying is they kind of make up for it in grit.
Oh, no, yeah. But the point is that
Giuliani, I saw, was doing like a... So, yeah.
We sell coffee now.
Yeah. But the idea is, like, the news is definitely being filtered, and if you're not willing to pay, you get a particular slant on all the news that you have access to. So, yeah. Julie?
Can I pose another one of my pet peeves, or should I wait?
Yeah,
you
I
wait.
wanted to do a pet
You
peeve,
wait,
too.
because I'm going to go to Meredith before I go to Evo one more time, and then maybe I'll consider coming back to you.
Okay, so back off the news. This is the other thing that drives me insane. All right, when you're walking into a building, almost everybody walks in the right side of the door, right? And the people going out walk out the left side. Bro, if I am opening the door for me, do not come out my door. I'm not holding it for you. You didn't ask me to hold it for you. That door is for me. Take your butt on out the door to the left for you. Okay, that's my other pet peeve that I have a very serious problem with.
I gotta say, I kind of agree. Like, if you just don't be open and like,
And please don't assume that I'm holding a door for you either. Like, why are you walking in front of me?
I will motion you to come through my door if I want you to come through my door. So yes.
Strong feelings.
All right, Mr. Ivanov.
There's a vast conspiracy that I think is very well coordinated, and it all revolves about me being late for work. So if I am on a tight schedule to get to work, right, and I have 40-minute commute to my office, I think there's many like extras that have been hired, and they have walkie-talkies. They communicate, and they make sure that every time I approach a traffic light, it turns to red. They're like, okay, he's coming, turn, go, yellow, red, quickly. And this is happening to every fucking traffic light. Every traffic light that I approach, I have 7 traffic lights to get out of town. All of them always turn red, and it is proportional to how late I am for work. If I'm on time, they will be green, it's okay. But if I'm late, if every second counts, they will all turn to red. So this, I guess it's a first world problem, but it is a serious pet peeve.
Serendipity is a bitch.
Is it like the Truman Show?
And I think it's definitely your problem, since I've never known you to be on time for anything.
It's because of these fuckers. See, that proves my point.
All right, it's time for my guilty confession. You know those little lights that sit on top of the stop lights that they say are for, fire trucks and that kind of thing? Mm-hmm. Well, I put this little piece of technology on your car. And so now, whenever you get
I knew it. You're one of them. Julian?
Julie?
All right. So, my biggest pet peeve is those rage baity TikTok or YouTube accounts that post the same video 2,000 times. So you can't get away from it no matter what, or just rage bait in general. I hate both of those.
That is a first world problem for sure.
Yeah. All right, Cassidy, you got one?
I hate it when there's something organized in a color order, and it's the rainbow, right? But they'll have a single color switch with another. Red will be switched with orange, and that just bugs me because it's an ever so slight mistake, and I hate people that make mistakes.
So you mean your G-Biv instead of Roy G-Biv? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure that I've ever noticed that, but that's okay. That's all right. That was yours.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else? All right. I feel like we have maybe gotten to the end of the airing of grievances. Evo, do you have one more for us?
Yes, I have received a telegram from Susan. And she says that the marketing department doesn't have an endorsement today, but within the telegram, they're informing me, Susan just informed me, just as we were speaking, informed me that she has empowered me, the marketing department has empowered me to share a few more pet peeves. And force our panel and the listener to hear a few more pet peeves. First of all, guys, listen to this and think about it carefully. I hate wireless headphones and earbuds. I hate them because they run out of power at the most ridiculous moment where you're on the treadmill or where you're listening to some good podcast or a good song. You have to constantly charge them, and they're easy to lose. So what do? I wear wired headphones. You've seen me. I always have wired headphones.
Amen, brother.
Yes. And you will commiserate with me, Chris, because No matter where the fuck I am, there's always going to be a doorknob or a drawer or a door or an edge that's going to yank that wire out of my ears. Every time I could be in the middle of the Sahara Desert and there will be a doorknob. It's absolutely illogical. There's a doorknob there waiting to yank the wire out of my headphones out of my ears. So that is definitely a first world problem. Driving on the highway. So there's absolutely no reason for you, asshole, driving an 18-wheeler to pass another 18-wheeler who's driving 60 miles an hour and you passing him with 60.3 miles an hour.
Welcome.
And I am behind you, you asshole,
Welcome
for
to Kansas.
50 minutes trying to freaking somehow pass these idiots. Why? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Testify.
Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely unnecessary. In Europe, guys, in Europe, you go to Europe and you go into the shower, and we have control, perfect control for hot and cold water. 2 knobs, and you turn them and you match them, and you get a shower. And here in the States, you either have a lever or 1 knob. So what happens? I go into the shower, usually I turn it on, and it's fucking freezing. It's freezing for 20 minutes. I'm waiting for it to get hot, and it doesn't. And it finally gets hot. But it's too hot. But it's too hot now. And I touch it like a gust of wind. I just touch it like it's an infinitesimally small touch. You barely touch it. It's hot. It's cold. You touch it, suddenly it's cold. How the fuck are you supposed? It doesn't matter if it's a knob on a lever. It's always the same fucking thing. People at Starbucks, always in front of me, ordering triple macchiato grande upside down with 3 pumps of mango to the second line. Fuck you! Fuck you! We're in a hurry, motherfucker. This is driving me crazy. Another.
This is why you're late for work.
Another first world problem.
We had
Yeah.
cream and sugar, and we were happy about it.
Mass Street. Let's talk about Mass Street, guys. Mass Street, Massachusetts Street, for our listener, is the main street in Lawrence. And it's a kind of parking spots are kind of prime time real estate there. And if you sometimes you have to circle around to find a parking spot. And you're driving and you're making it around the block over and over again, and there's no parking spot. And suddenly, oh, a miracle. Somebody is getting into their car. It's right in front of you, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to get a parking spot right in front of Matt Greek. Is it possible? You know, and they get in, and they turn on the engine, the stop lights go off, and you're like, yes. No, the fucker gets on their phone. Gotta check that Insta. Somebody might have clicked on my picture. And then they start texting, and they start checking their Facebook, and and they're behind you. There's a line of cars cursing you out, and you have to move on. And as soon as you pass them, they pull out. Fuck you! I hate your guts, motherfucker. Another pet peeve. Fucking socks. Socks, man. There's like billions of people on Earth. Let's assume that only socks. 1 billion people. Let's assume just 1 billion people, 1/9 of the population has a washing machine and a dryer, right? That's 1 billion people. They wash their clothes, and just like everybody else, they lose a couple of socks per cycle. Where the fuck did these socks go? Does that explain the ring around Saturn? Because there's no other explanation to me. The socks, so 1 billion socks. Let's say 10 months, not a full calendar year, 10 months. I made the calculation that's 0.8 trillion socks disappear in a time period smaller than calendar year. Just the capacity of Earth to support biomass is exceeded. You know, imagine 10 years. That's trillions of socks. Where do the socks go? I've searched everywhere. This is another dimension. It's a sock dimension. It's gone. They're gone.
It's another conspiracy. It's the big sock industry. They keep sucking them out of there.
And
yes, what actually happens is while they're in the washing machine, they put on a tiny little hat, and then they get out of it, go back to their sock HQ.
That is a good theory, but Cassie has a theory.
So I saw this video one time, and they like opened the pipe of their dryer, and found every single sock that they had been missing, and it was just like all a clump of socks and lint, and that's where they were.
I don't believe. I think they dematerialize and materialize in another dimension. People that fucking decide to talk during a movie in the movie theater on their phone drive me insane. And there's more of them than you think. There's always somebody doing this. I've seen people throw cigarettes out of their window while they drive. All the time. All the time drives me crazy. And sometimes cans, empty cans of a beverage. Sometimes even an adult beverage flies out the window. And I'm like, are you serious? I mean, come on! It's not that hard! Oh, God. I don't want to know. What is it? No.
Trucker bomb is where a semi tractor trailer driver can't stop to use the bathroom, so they keep like a Gatorade bottle and lid in the cabin so that they can relieve themselves. Close it up, throw it out the window.
I've heard that, but God, throwing it out the window is really unbelievable. Yeah, so this is what I have. It's not a commercial, it's not an endorsement, but thank you, Susan, for letting me vent. Yeah.
Awesome. Julie, you had something you wanted to say?
Evo, you know how there's that particle where like it's there, but when we look at it, we can't see, or like it goes away, like we can't. That's how your socks are, but it's like the inverse. So like as soon as we put them in the dryer and can't see them anymore, they just vanish.
Fix the shopping carts, for the love of God, please.
All right, folks, I think we are at the end of our show. We have gone on for just over an hour. So I am going to say What'd you say?
Question 2.
Oh, you want to get to question 2?
No, it's next week, right?
All right. Yeah, we'll just save that one. And quite honestly, question number 1, and save 1 and 2 for next week.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to go down my list and
You're
thank
welcome.
everybody that came. Well, I haven't said your name yet. I'm going to say thank you to Evo, Julian, Fernando, Cassidy,
You're
Meredith, Lauren, Anthony, Sophia, Chris, Alina,
Thank you.
Donna, and Greg. Thank you guys very much. You have listened to another episode of Wednesday Night Movies.